students. Now today in this video we will be discussing the writing section of English, and here we will be discussing a topic of data interpretation. Now we all must have heard of this term, but today let us discuss the definition of data interpretation. Now we know that this term is derived from two words, data and interpretation. Now data is derived from a Latin word which is datum. Data is derived from datum, and datum means any kind of information that we fetch, or it can be any kind of facts or figures through which any conclusion can be made or any inference can be made. So it is the information, facts or figures through which inference can be made. So by looking at the facts, by looking at the figures, we can find out what the data is all about, and also we can analyze the data and conclude that what the data actually wants to represent, or what we actually have to understand from the data that is given. This is a definition of data. And now next come to interpretation. Now interpretation is derived from the word interpret. So interpretation is a noun form of the word interpret, and interpret again means to conclude from the data. Or we have to analyze from the data, but this merely does not mean that you just have to analyze. The main focus is that whatever statements the statistics give us, or whatever information the data provide, you have to understand it, and then you have to convey it to someone in a proper manner. So it is to understand and to convey the data in proper organized manner. So today we are going to study the term data interpretation. Data interpretation means that a data will be provided to you. Either it will be in a written form or it can be in a tabular form, right? Type of data that can be provided can be in written form, it can be in a form of table, it can be in a form of pie chart, right? So these are the particular common ways in which data might be presented to you, through which you have to interpret what the data is. You have to understand what the user or what the person is trying to tell you through the data, right? So now data interpretation basically can come like whenever there is a table or there is a pie chart which is presented to you. Over here the data might show that there is a sharp increase in the rate, or there is a sharp decrease in the rate, or there is a consistency which has to be maintained. So suppose I say that whatever data is, it is about the gold rate, right? We know that every day there is a different gold price in the market. So here now I will be explaining to you different points or different words that we can use whenever we have to show that there is something which is rising, or there is something which has fallen down, or if there is any consistency. So first we will be talking about increase. Now that increase can be increase in anything, increase in population, increase in violence, increase in gold rate, or increase in the dollar rate, right? Anything regarding the economy or regarding the social life, right? So for that increase, we can say, simply we can say sharpen, or we can say steadily, risen up, grown, sharpen, steadily, risen up, grown, and then we can say highly, constantly. These are some of the words which are used to show increase in whatever you are explaining, right? So that increase can be in rate, it can be in population, it can be in consumption of something, that can be increase in petrol price, anything, whatever the data is about. For that, for increase, we can make use of such words. Similarly, when you have to show that there is a decrease in something, so for showing decrease in the rate or decrease in population or anything, for that we will say fallen down, gone down, you can say come down, or we can also say words like has dropped steadily. Dropped means again fall down, right? So has dropped steadily, or I can say sharply, then I can say constantly, decreasing, or slowly. So these are some of the words which can be used while writing about data whenever you have to show a decrease in something. So for increase, there is another word which is skyrocketed. What do we mean by skyrocketed? Because rocket goes high at a very high speed, right? It goes up at a very high speed. Therefore, we have said skyrocketed. That means that it has risen very sharply, right? So for decrease, we can make use of these words. Now, in order to show a difference, like what it was before and how it is now. So in order to show difference, for difference, we might use words such as much as, more than double, or I can say half the rate, or I can say not as much as, hardly any difference, or I can say thrice as much as. So according to the data, whatever difference you have to contrast between increase or decrease, according to that we will make use of different words like these. So here I have explained to you the main words which can be used for showing some kind of increase, decrease or difference between both. Now let us understand the term data interpretation through an example. A question will be provided, the example of the question which can occur in your exams as well. So here I will be showing you a pie chart, or it can also be a table. Now analyzing the table, we have to write about the table, that is the data interpretation, in not more than 80 to 100 words. Now 80 to 100 words is our word limit. This is my word limit, that it is 80 to 100 words. Now you should not exceed 100 words, otherwise your marks will be deducted. And if you just conclude in 50 words, again there are chances of deduction of marks. So whatever is the limit, accordingly you have to draft your data within that word limit. So now let us look at the example. So now let us take a look at the example that I have just provided. Now this question is the same question which is available in the content section. So once you visit the content section and click on data interpretation, the same question along with the answer is available over there. So if you want to take a complete look over the question, then you can go and visit the content section. Now here the question says that, now we all know that this is a pie chart, right? This is a pie chart. Now this pie chart is available to you. In this pie chart, there are various causes of road rage which are provided, and along with it percentages are given. Now as you can see that I have placed horizontal lines over here, and when I look over here, these are the horizontal lines. This horizontal line represents my behavioral pattern. And how much is that? 25%. Now there are dots over here. When I look at the box over here, I can find my dots over here. I see that causes of road rage are 35% in dot section. And what does that dot section says? Traffic jam. So causes of road rage occurs due to traffic jam, and how much is the rate? It is 35%. Then when I see the slant lines over here, it is 17%. And looking at the box over here, what is it? Absence of severe penalty. So due to that, the rate is 17%. And last is the plain, it is blank, that is 23%. So 23% cases of road rage occurs due to family and work related tensions. So now accordingly, I hope that you've understood how you have to find out what part or what segment of the pie chart represents what. Now accordingly, I have to draft my data interpretation. I have to write my data interpretation. My word limit over here is 80 to 100 words, and within this range I have to analyze this, and I have to write what can I analyze through this data. So I will say, I will begin like road accidents these days are highly increasing. I will begin by initializing my plot, right? So I will begin with that, what actually am I just trying to say, right? My topic over here is road accidents, road cases, road rage. Why do they occur? So I can say that the maximum road accidents, maximum is how much? 35%. I will write 35%. That how much maximum am I saying? 35%. Now these maximum occur due to which? Occur due to, why do they occur? Traffic jam. I will write occur due to traffic jam. And what is it? delay due to narrow roads. Now I have spoken about this. Next is 25%. Then I will say 25% cases are involved because of behavioral patterns like. Now you have to explain everything. Not explain, just put in the points like intolerance, lack of discipline, overspeed or rash driving. So this has completed. Then I will not put a full stop and then I will say this much. I have to connect the sentences. I have to show my creativity as well. So I will say while after 25 comes 23. 23% of cases are because of high workload or family related stress. Then I can conclude by saying last but not the least, 17% accidents may occur because of absence of high penalty on the defaulters. If there is high penalty, then people will be very aware and they will not drive rashly. They will wear seat belts, they will wear helmets while driving, and therefore it will reduce the chances of accidents. So like this you can conclude. This is how we have interpreted the data. First we've analyzed, we have brainstormed whatever is there in the data, and then we have to neatly and clearly define what the data actually is saying. So my suggestion to you is that you should keep practicing more and more, not only this part of writing skills but every portion of writing is important, because only then you can improve your communication as well. So keep learning and keep practicing.